Hi, everyone. Welcome to Radiant Living, Inspiring Humanity to Thrive. I'm Marisa B, and today I have with me practitioner and certified coach specializing in women's transformation through Mandala Dance Practice and the awakening of the source. She's trained by the renowned Russian coach, and I hope I'm saying the name right, Natalia Ilyushko. She espouses the transformative power of the Mandala practice, where the dance becomes not just movement, but a celebration of each woman's unique femininity. And today I'd like to welcome Nadejda Nedeva, and people call her Nadia. Hi, Nadia, nice for
Hello.
coming today. Nice to see you, and I thank you for coming today. We haven't seen each other in a while. And I know it was all a mouthful. I want to make sure that I said your name right. So can you pronounce your name so people will hear it correctly?
Are you that? My name is Nadejda Nedeva.
Okay, and
As
so
you
everybody calls
have
you Nadia, though, right? They all call you Nadia, correct?
much, much better people call me Nadejda. It's
It is a
mouthful.
little difficult, and I try, and I've tried numerous times to say it. I want to make sure that I say it correctly, but I know that a lot of people call you Nadia. And did I say the your coach trainer Natalia? It's
Ilyushko.
Ilyushko.
Natalia Ilyushko.
Now, can you first of all explain a little bit to the audience about how you came to this mandala dance practice, first
Hi,
of
everyone.
all?
Marisa B here from Radiant Living. If you like what we're doing and want to keep the conversations going, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know every time we upload a video. Thank you.
Mm, okay, well, I'll start a lot further down the road. As you can guess from my name, I am not born and raised in the United States. I am a Bulgarian American, and I come from a very long line of strong women. So moving to the United States, I was only 22, married with a 6 months old baby, and the world was my oyster and in my feet. As any strong woman, we can do anything. Superpowers. You can take care of your
Mhm.
child, you can go to work, you can start in a new country, you can be the mother, the housewife, and the working bee all at the same time. And this worked for a while, pretty well. Um, Up until 2018, when everything just started going down the hill. The superwoman was no more. I was feeling exhausted.
Mhm.
I was waking up exhausted, going to bed exhausted, anxieties. I can just take a deep breath, close my eyes, and I'm out. I couldn't understand why simple tasks are so hard, and my brain can never turn off. Um, it's this desperation, not diagnosed officially, but I can pretty much say I was depressed in a way, or on the verge of depression, anxiety of the the top. It's like everything was stressing me out. Crying when I was watching Disney Channel.
Oh, wow. Now, may I ask you, how old were you then? How old were you at that time?
uh, okay, well, I was in my 40s. I somewhere in my 40, 2018,
Mhm.
42.
In
At
your
that
40s,
point,
okay.
yeah, in my 40s, of course, I had difficulties. Something happened with my daughter, so that was additional stress. But it's not just that. I personally just
Mhm.
couldn't rest. Yeah,
Mhm.
burnout, pretty much what summed it up. Went to numerous doctors, and everybody gave me the same diagnosis. Everything is fine with you. You need to change your
Right.
lifestyle. Less
Physically,
stress.
physically, right. Physically, right. Physically, there were no illnesses physically. Now, how many children did you have at that time?
Exactly. And I have 3 kids.
Three.
I have 3 kids. My youngest one at the time was 8 years old, or
Wow.
not eight, 10, 10 years
Mhm.
old. Um, Between, yeah, around 10. And 4 years later, me and my husband, he couldn't understand what's going on with me. He was like, "Where's my wife?
Yeah.
Everything
Right.
is fine. Suddenly, nothing is right.
Mm.
So we were going to a wedding in Bulgaria, and that corresponded with this retreat that a psychologist and a coach was doing in Bulgaria. And
Mhm.
he was like, okay, this is perfect for women. It's only for women. So pretty much my husband was trying to fix his wife.
Yes.
Every time I signed up, but I signed up for two. So I put him into the retreat as well.
Hmm.
And there were 3 days, close to 3 days, of complete crying.
Hmm.
Like I couldn't stop crying from day one to day three.
Hmm.
And at the end of day three, it was women's only night when we did the mandala practice. Um, I have tried therapy before that, a little
Right.
bit, and I have read a lot about it because my
Hmm.
daughter was going through things. So I was trying to help
Yes.
her in a way. When you're trying to help somebody else, you're trying to
Hmm.
help yourself.
Hmm.
But it was all too much. Do this,
Hmm.
try to think this way.
Yeah.
And it's like you constantly have to work, but you're in a position that you're unable to
Mhm.
help yourself. And all these are help yourself things. So when I
And
went
they
over
still
there,
have to, the children, they still have to go through what they're going through, right? They have school, they have activities.
oh,
When you still have to be
absolutely.
a
And they
parent, you
have
still have to
work,
put dinner on the table, you still have to work.
absolutely. And I'm still going to move. So I was doing everything. And we were on the verge of starting to move. So that was like complete chaos. So I go to this practice and I begin to experience and we move and suddenly you feel relaxed
Mhm.
after it. You feel like you are charged. You feel like your 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 sorrows, your brain can just turn off and you feel yourself.
Right.
And the most interesting part was that my husband felt it right after that.
Hmm.
He was like, you're different.
Right.
You're different. He was the one that first have truly fell in love with mandalas.
Yes.
He saw the difference first because I'm still experiencing it and I'm
Hmm.
still not understanding it. I could feel it, but quite not process it. But he felt it immediately. He didn't stop talking about mandala. And a year later, they offered the academy for trainers.
Yes.
And the moment I saw it, I was like, okay, honey, this is in October, so it's in the middle of all school years, in the middle
Mhm.
of everything. And he couldn't even let me finish. He goes like, "You going, right?"
Yes.
Going, right. So what this experience had unlocked something in me, but I
Hmm.
didn't understand it, fully understand what was going on with me before and why this helped me so much up
Hmm.
until I went to this academy.
Right.
And we started actually, it's not just how to move and how
Right.
to do the practice itself, it where it comes from and how
Hmm.
we as a women function.
Hmm.
I think I've been thinking a lot lately, trying to explain where did this beautiful chain had broken for me,
Hmm.
and maybe for a lot of women, because I don't think I'm the only one that has experienced this. And I found a few things. First of all, we as a women are interconnected. We need our circle of women to feel ourselves, to feel fully understood or fully relaxed, sometimes even to vent, but also for a lot of support. And I was going throughout the years and I was like, okay, when I was growing up and I was going through all my, because I started university in Bulgaria before we came to the States,
Hmm.
and I was working at the same time. But I had my mom, even growing up, I had my mom, I had my grandmas. So I had
Right.
this female support group. And
Hmm.
even when I came to the States with the baby, I still had my parents, my mom, my grandma to support me um, mentally and physically, because I would send my son to spend some time with them so we can fully focus on acclimating to the new country. And then when my parents came over here, I had at least a month out of the year when I would go
Right.
spend the summer with them and the kids, and I completely relinquish my
Mhm.
duties to them. I
Right.
didn't have to
Right.
think of cleaning, of cooking. So I had this my
Yes.
support system. Then I had my friends, my girlfriends. When I didn't have my parents, I had my girlfriends. When we are
Mhm.
all together and we could rely on each other. We sign up each other for being the emergency call at the school, because my group of friends were newcomers to the place that we lived. So
Right.
we all did not have any family. We didn't have anybody to rely, but we have our circle of friends. And this was our
Right.
symbol, because
Right.
we had like a newcomers and friends club.
Right. You made like an
And that's
extended
it.
family. You made extended
It was like an
family.
extended
Extended family.
family.
Yeah.
It was like unwritten rule. If somebody new comes, you just tell them, "Hey, you're welcome, and please, if you need help or you need to put something as an emergency contact, here's my name and here my information."
Mhm.
And that had helped tremendously. I did not understand it at the moment, but then my friends started leaving because everybody was in that place for a job. I just happened to
Right.
stay longer over there.
Mhm.
And this is when my crash happened. My
Mhm.
parents left the country, my friends left the city,
Mhm.
and suddenly I was by myself.
Mhm.
And this is what the mandala brings. The mandala brings and celebrates the circle
Mhm.
of of women,
Mhm.
the place that you can go and you can completely, even if it's for an hour or two, you completely shut down your brain.
Mhm.
And through movement, I call this a moving meditation
Mhm.
or a yoga for your soul.
Right.
When you expand, when you elongate, when you stretch,
Mhm.
but you stretch not just the body, but the energy within you.
Mhm. Right.
And yes, so you go and you recharge and you become a new person.
Mhm.
The other thing I've learned is what makes us women. What is our feminine side? Because each one of us, we carry the male and female energy.
Mhm.
And the male energy is the one that is driving. This is the
Mhm.
one that goes forward. And then that's why men usually work outside the household, and
Mhm.
they're the givers. This is the energy of the givers.
Mhm.
We as women, uh, we're we're supposed to live predominantly in our feminine energy because this is who
Mhm.
we are. But we really understand what that means
Mhm.
because we live in a male world. And I
Right.
think emancipation or feminism, as much as it helps us, which is necessary to be treated equally,
Mhm.
it also somehow um, made us forget what were we supposed to be as a women. That it's okay if we need more rest. It's
Mhm.
okay if we need to ask for help. It's okay to just lay and just do nothing.
Right.
Because I was feeling guilty when I was at that point of my life. Oh
Right.
my God, the house is a mess. The kids need to get done,
Mhm.
go to the store and buy something for them. Then this one needs to do something else. And all I
Mhm.
want is just like, please, 15 more minutes.
Right.
And I was feeling guilty of taking a break.
Mhm.
But this is who we are. We are the creativity.
Mhm.
We are the intuition. We are the love in the heart. But we also, our energy is horizontal. So we need to be at rest. We need to feel safe in order to create and multiply. Because this is what women do. We multiply. We create something from very little. We are the creators of new life. It's all within us. So when we start studying the centers of the chakras,
Mhm.
they alternate because everything is in duality. We have the male and the female.
Mhm.
And the first one that is with the providing is the male chakra. Then the creation, the second one is the female chakra. So we have
Right.
to live within it. in order to be creative, we have to be at peace. Otherwise, chaos. It creates stuff, but it's a bit different creation. Then the third one is male again. And then the heart chakra, the love, this infinite love that everybody says only a mother can give.
Right.
It's the fourth chakra, which is the feminine chakra. The throat is another male. And then the intuition, it's the third feminine chakra. And then it's the king that is considered male or just divine chakra for all of us. So if we start going like that, we start understanding ourselves more. And that helped me understand, hey, there's nothing wrong with me. I just need different things than my husband. He can keep going, but I need something else. And that put me in peace. Needless to say, I'm still work in progress.
Right. It's ever evolving. It's the journey, correct? It's the journey that takes place.
So it helps with understanding who you are, understanding what you need, understanding that, hey, we might be all women, but they're four different archetypes that live within us. And each one of us tends to go in one or another, or has one that is predominant. If you they're the girl or the daughter, the mother, or the caring portion of you, the wife in a way, but it's mostly mother. Then you have the queen, the one that goes outside, and is the one that is chasing careers and mostly work out, that queen type of personality. And then you have the lover in you, the one that the more seductive, more creative. And we as women, it's not in our benefit when we stay only in one of our faces.
Right.
We need to be able to go and switch to balance all of it.
Well, we're multifaceted, right? We're multifaceted. So
yes, we are. And not only this, science has proven that we have more brain cells in a man, because we are the one that we need to multitask, and we are the one that are predominantly multitasking. We think of one thing, then we do another, and at the same time the other one is moving, and it's part of our nature, but we need to learn how to balance it so we don't burn out or don't get stuck.
Because it is physical.
When you're stuck in one place,
I mean, it is physical. It is physical. I mean, it's fair to say that when it happens to women, and you are not alone, right? We've heard this from thousands and thousands of women that it does happen, but it is physical. It is a physical exhaustion. Of course, there's other types of exhaustion that come along with it, but initially it's a physical exhaustion because you are trying to do everything. And that does take its toll on the body. And of course, the mind, the spirit, it follows, right? So it happens to all of us. And it definitely happens, where we know from the way nature is, and the clock, that, at 20 and 22, you can do much more than you're doing at 40 and 42. It's just the way it is. Right? Whether it's the physical body, it's the more responsibility, it's more human beings that you're responsible for. There are a lot of things that go on. So it's true.
Yes. And then we have the physical hormonal change that goes with us throughout the years, and every single month, before that. So we have a lot more to regulate, and we regulate it through rest and balancing. So even when you start building the let's call it the dance, which is when you have done it, so it's not really dancing, but it's a movement. And the way you start building your body, positioning it, each one, each little part has its meaning. It's not just physical, but it's also energetical, because it's an energy practice. So we have this seven centers, 7 bodies within us, besides the physical body. So we work on the outside and the inside at the same time. So the way you position your legs, your knees are slightly bent, and you position so like you have three legs, because the third one is like this invisible pole that comes out of your tailbone, because you need to be stable and grounded. And
Right.
it's what is your tailbone? Your tailbone is actually the continuation of your spine. And the spine is also the symbol of the energy
Mm-hmm.
that is moving through your body. So you start with this positioning first. Then you have your elbows, the way you position your arms. The elbows represent the outside, or the boundaries that you put, the
Mm-hmm.
do's and don'ts for yourself.
Yes.
You to keep your boundaries. So you like that. Then of course
Mm-hmm.
you have your shoulders, and because we as a woman, we have to think of ourselves as the queen,
Mm-hmm.
because there is nothing close in this world close to the divine than a woman, because
Mm-hmm.
we are the ones that we have the ability to create as
Mm-hmm.
well, create
Right.
life in a way. So you just imagine yourself like you have this big cave
Mm-hmm.
that is going down, behind you, and you have your chin up, your head
Mm-hmm.
high, and you have your crown, and you're open to receive, and you're open
Mm-hmm.
to serve, but not like a maid. You're open to be of service, like a queen, for everybody else, because you have your boundaries, everything is set, and you breathe through your mouth. Breathing is very important. We know this
Yes.
from a physical, psychological,
Mm-hmm.
and energy, because this is what moves everything. This is what keeps us
Right.
alive. This is what give us and put us in this alpha brainwave. It's the way we breathe, the way we proceed. And interestingly, when you breathe mostly through your mouth, this
Mm-hmm.
is when your brain shuts down and you just let the
Mm-hmm.
energy move you. Yes. And the way you move your body through um, the dance, through the practice, it's first of all, what is mandala? Mandala, we mostly know it from the drawings, and it's
Yes.
a circle, and it's a circle.
Mm-hmm.
So mandala means circle, and the circle is the symbol of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we dance, we put a candle or something in the middle of our
Mm-hmm.
circle that we
Mm-hmm.
create with us. And when we put something in the middle, this is the symbol of divine over there. And
Yes.
this
Right.
circle,
Right.
yes, so it's a way to connect to the divine. And
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, the circle represents continuum energy. It never ends. It doesn't have
Right.
beginning nor end. It's also security, because when we look at each other, you protecting me because you see what is behind me. I
Mm-hmm.
protect you because I see
Yes.
what is behind you. So it works on multiple levels. So we start with the circle and the energy that will be moving through us. And as we drawing the circle, the actual mandala, when you draw it
Mm-hmm.
on paper, you know how you
Mm-hmm.
make little circles or on
Yes.
figures that
Mm-hmm.
continuation movement. So this is what we start doing with each movement in the mandala. We
Mm-hmm.
are moving in circles to the left, circles to the
Mm-hmm.
right. We draw figure eight, and we draw them from the inside, from the left, from the
Mm-hmm.
outside in. We draw them horizontally and vertically. And with the body, we are drawing sacral geometry. So we draw the petals of the lotus, for example, like to describe it. So we move like that,
Mm-hmm.
then we move like that, and then we move like that.
So there's very definite steps. There are very
Yeah,
definite
they are
steps. There are very
definite
definite
steps.
movements.
Yes, they are different movements. So, and each movement has a different representation. The first movement, when you move like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then like that, this is represent the balance of your male and female side, the balance of giving and receiving, accepting and multiplying. first step. The second step, you move like that. This is when you are balancing, accepting, and connecting to your past with your present and your future with your present. Mandala is associated with intention. So whenever we dance, before we start, we verbalize our intention or what we would like to complete, to receive when we do this dancing. And intention needs to be said, verbalized as something that you already have. Like it needs to be in the present tense, and you need to be specific. So when you do the connecting between the past and the future, you bring in it. You bring the resources that you need, the resources that you have. You bring it here and now. So the movement itself is just grounding you in the moment. So you balancing your female and male, you ground it in the moment, so you here and now. So here how this meditating process is going on and building up. And then you start moving also the whole time. But like the third part of the movement is also connecting the energy, because feminine energy comes from the earth. So you're bringing the energy from the earth
up, right,
go
up.
to all the centers, yes. And then you get the energy from the universe, the cosmos, from above. And this is the energy, the feminine, and this is the male. And you connect them. And you create this constant moving of energy up and down. And then you create an energy to expand your aura, to expand yourself in the physical and metaphysical world, and you start creating with all the movements that we make. You fill yourself up, give out to create, and to materialize in a way your intention, to manifest it. But the interesting part is that this connection is actually bringing out your true deep desires in a way, because a lot of us will just saying, oh, I just want to have X amount of financial stability and everything else will be fine. This is the most prosaic example. But most of our desires, when we say it, they come from our brain. Now, we as women, ours needs to come from our sacral chakra. They come from our belly, and they come out from our heart. So we actually need to connect within ourselves to bring our true intention, true desire, to get it out, say it, and then accept and receive the gifts that we are given. And this is a beautiful process. It's also a beautiful process of self-awareness, self-understanding. I have had a lot of times when we were talking before we started the whole practice, and everybody's coming with all these, oh, I want this time to have this and this intention, and I want this and this intention, and I want this and this intention. Then we form the circle, and we're ready to start, our practice. And then here comes the saying of the intention. And a lot of us are just going like, okay, I did one thing, but this is what actually I want. It
Right. The reality comes. Yes.
Process, and you haven't even start dancing because the intention is set before you start dancing. You already have started this process of transformation. It was like, oh, actually, I want something else.
Yes.
It is so. I'm not sure how you experienced it, but to me, a lot of the times, by the time the circle turns back to me, I've already changed my mind 3 times, and the fourth one I didn't expect that would come out. But this is what I was like. This is what is actually this is what I want. This is what
how many movements are there? How many movements are there? I mean, is Is this difficult to learn? Because it's very definite movements, right?
Yeah, you have the basic movements, as I explained. You do your number 8 this time, and
Right.
like horizontally,
Yes.
and then the other way. It's everything is clockwise and counterclockwise. Everything is like that. Up and down, down and up,
Yes.
and then from the left to the right, from the right to the left, and then you have your spirals going.
Right.
And then you have also from back to front, from front to back.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So they are a lot of movements. I would say the best way is to actually practice the whole dance.
Right. And that's what I was going to ask you. Do you do it? I mean, I attended because we attended an event, and the first time I experienced it, you were the teacher and we were at an event in person. But you can do this online as well, because I'm sure that there may not be that many teachers for the mandala dance, at least say in the United States. I mean, worldwide, I'm sure there are teachers, but in the United States, I don't think you're going to find that many in every single state. So I know you can do it online as well with a group, but of course I've attended, and you do it in person as well, but you live more towards the West Coast, so.
Well, actually, currently I am more to the southeast.
Southeast, okay.
Yes, more to the southeast, definitely. Yes, you can do it online, and this is an energy practice. Energy is felt. Even when I sometimes start, I know the movement, but I feel the energy is moving differently.
Right.
So you still do the movements, but it might be a variation of it in a way, because you have to feel what is going on. And when you dance, it doesn't matter if you're online or if you're in person, you would find your own rhythm. You would do them, but sometimes you're a little slower than what the teacher or the coach or the rest of the group is. You might be a little faster, but you are finding your movement. You're finding it. It's like, do this. Just find the wave. Yeah, just like that. Breathe for a little bit. Just breathe through your mouth just for a moment and find the wave. You'll find a position of your arms when it's the most comfortable for you, and you go like, oh, I can stay there for a while.
Right.
See, this is how you find your wave. And you can feel, if you punch down, you would feel a little resistance from the ground.
Right.
See, it's like
And I'm
somebody's
assuming every
there.
time is different too. I'm assuming every time is different, right? You're doing this right, because at the moment it's a different feeling, a different
And you're
sensation, something
connecting with
different that you're going
people.
through. Yes.
Not all people are different. Our mindset, our energy state, our body state is different each time. We are not accustomed. Emotion and energy are movement. So they constant movement for you to be in a good place. They have to move. You cannot bottle energy. If you bottle it, it becomes bomb, and it explodes, and nothing can happen. In order to you benefit from the energy, you need to let it flow.
Now,
And
how often should one do this? How often? I mean, you're talking about movement. I mean, of course, movement is important. I mean, we should, right? I mean, movement, exercise, we should all be doing
I
that.
meant the energy to move with you. So I'm talking about when you do the practice, that it moves and it
Yes,
moves
no, I'm saying, how
differently.
often should we practice? That's what I'm saying. How often should one practice? I mean,
Each one is different. I try to do it at least every 2 weeks, if not every week.
yes.
The most energizing days are the new moon and the full moon. So if I am able to do a practice on full moon or new moon, this is my ideal time. And I can feel the difference for the next few weeks.
Right.
Sometimes it's even a month. It depends, because life is different. Sometimes it's more challenging, sometimes it's not.
Right.
Yeah. And
Now, how do you offer this?
It's online. It's online. I do have a website. Guilty enough, I've been so busy, haven't been that constant. Currently, I have done more all online in Bulgaria because I'm part of some groups over there, and I
Yes.
offer it. But I do offer it in English, and I do have the website. I just have to advertise better, I guess.
I will put that in the description and every way that they can reach you, because even if you have social media,
Yes,
because I
I
think
have
that you,
Instagram as well.
right, and I think that
Mhm.
people will have to experience it because you have to learn at least the
Yeah.
movements that you're going to take with you. And I
Yes.
think it also depends on the group too. As you said earlier, it's the group, like who you're with, because I'm sure that when you
Yes.
offer it online, it's a group of people as well that can
Yes.
be
It is a group of
together.
people. It is a group of people. Mandala is best to be danced in a group of people,
Hmm.
preferably to be three and more women,
Right.
because
Right.
the energy is different. As I said, we
Hmm.
women, we are different creatures than men.
Hmm.
They say that a boy needs to become a man. They have to go through a path,
Hmm.
through suffering sometimes. They have to be forged into a man.
Hmm.
As a girl becomes a woman, she is born with this feminine wisdom within her. So
Hmm.
this dance also help you to tap into this wisdom that you carry in yourselves that we might have forgotten that we have it. And this is the beauty of it, because we are born caring, we are born creating. We just sometimes forget about it, that we carry all this within our DNA. There are other studies that say, hey, the girl received from information, this ancestry information that is passed through DNA and what is in between the DNA from both mom and dad.
Yes.
But the boy receives it from the mom.
Hmm.
So the girls, we are the bank that holds the
Hmm.
ancestral wisdom, in a way, experience.
Hmm.
And it is important for us to honor this and to rely on this. And there's this is why they say woman's intuition. They don't say men's intuition as a saying. You really can say, hey, men's intuition. No, you say you listen to women's intuition,
Hmm.
because this is what we have.
Yes.
That's why it's the feminine center. I keep pointing to the third eye because this is
Hmm.
tension within us, and infinite love of what? Of the woman, of the mother. Because
Hmm.
each one of us, have or not have kids, we do carry this within us, this love,
Hmm.
that we unconditional love, that we have it. And it's the same with the creation, the creativity of a beauty. When you go, it's like you can see, a woman is the one that makes a home out of a house. We have to start celebrating and honor all this in within us, because
Right.
this is how we were born. We were born this way. Yes, they might have, of course, we we have taught ourselves in a way, just looking at
Hmm.
our moms, grandmas, and whoever
Hmm.
was around us. But we do carry it within us.
Yes. Right. It comes along with
If you
this as
go,
well.
yeah. So yes, I did. But then I came along to this country, and I still carry this within me. This feminine wisdom within me to put it into a new place that I don't know anybody, but
Right.
or ask anybody, but it's just within us. And my website is called Narinaya. I was thinking a lot about how to frame it and name it and make
Hmm.
it more than just mandala, make it a place
Right.
for women to celebrate themselves. And I call it, I mean, like, us going back to this feminism and all this, I was like, this should be the new feminism. We have to start teaching
Yes.
girls and boys what does it mean truly on the energy level, on the basic, the needs, and to function to the very basic, to understand each other, and
Right.
not go like, if I can do it, you can do it. Yes, but we need different resources. And
Right.
this is important. We must not forget, in order to be equal to a man, we don't have to become a man. We are equal as a woman, and we have to stay a woman.
Mhm.
Even when we go and dress, powerful women, when you see on a high position, if you rarely see them dressed femininely, they usually go and put something to associate themselves as a man in power.
Mhm.
So, because we think that this is what makes us powerful. No. Give a man a birth to give birth. What do you think would happen? Even when they are next to us, they might pass out. So we have just forgotten how powerful we are, and to celebrate ourselves in what we
Yes.
are. We don't have to look like anybody else to be what we are, because we are so much. We're enough. We hold so much within ourselves.
Mhm.
That's what Mandala taught me.
And
to
so
celebrate,
now
to celebrate
to
myself.
celebrate, yes, to celebrate your uniqueness, right? Your unique femininity, right? That's exactly
Yes,
right. Because
yes, yes. And I used to
we all
be,
have a
yeah, I
unique.
started with, yeah, I started with 99. This is what I came up with. It could translate as a wise woman or
Yes.
a feminine wisdom.
Right. Right.
So to
Exactly.
celebrate, this
Mhm.
this wisdom that we carry, to honor it, to appreciate it, and in our turn to give it to the next generation.
Yes. And so now we can find you online, and you do offer regular classes where people can
I do,
attend
I
more.
do. I actually, I did neglected it. Something happened. A lot of things are happening when you make other plans.
Well,
And I
that's
had
true,
to
right?
put
That's
everything on the
life.
back burner. I had to put everything on the back burner, but
Mhm.
the more I
And of
put it
course,
on
you're
the
very
back
busy in
burner,
Bulgaria because you're doing it online. I mean, you go back and forth to Bulgaria, but you also are doing it
I
online with
do, I do
everyone.
online. I I'm prioritizing this. I think that the more I put it on the back burner, the more I feel it's needed, because um, I feel that if this is something that I do on a regular basis, I could touch so many people that they
Right.
can, because we're interconnected. When you create this circle, when you
Mhm.
fall, like, I'm a different creature. I'm very empathetic, and I see, like, through my experience, and
Mhm.
maybe through what I carry within me from my ancestry.
Mhm.
I can see the need in people's eyes.
Oh, yes.
I can see I can actually feel it.
Mhm.
And the more excuses for postponing, and they're not excuses, they are like legitimate things that happened
Right.
throughout with me personally. But I think I experienced all this to make me realize how important it is for me to share this with everybody and to put it in the front. So by helping
Right.
others to actually make the circle turning, and
Yes.
help myself in a way. Because yes, I keep saying we are so interconnected and relying, and to be a human means to be together. And this is what makes us human. Not individual, like a
Right.
hermit locked somewhere. We cannot function like that. We are, wanted or not wanted, we are interconnected and interdependent. So yes, you can find me online. Yes, you can find me in Facebook under my name, Nadejda Nedeva or Marinaya,
Mhm.
and Instagram as well. And I cannot wait to meet all of you. And I will start posting regular classes, regular meetings, classes like you go into school. No, these would be practices
Right.
for us to relax, to us to celebrate ourselves. And this is why this practice is done in a beautiful setting. You put a
Mhm.
candle, you put your aroma, or if we are in a together, not online,
Mhm.
but physically, we would create the same experience. You go and you go like you're gonna go to a ball. Put your beautiful long dress,
Mhm. Yes.
make yourself feel like I'm doing this for myself. Hey, and if you don't have on a long dress, bring a scarf or something, or we'll find something for
Right.
you. It doesn't matter. Or just do it as you are. But celebrate yourself. Celebrate your
Exactly.
creativity, your beauty. Just allow yourself. Allow yourself to start treating yourself like what you are. Beautiful.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming, Nadia. I so appreciate it. I was so thrilled to hear about a little bit more explanation. I've done the dance. Of course, no expert. I would love to join on a regular basis, but I'm so happy that the audience gets to hear a little bit about what it exactly is and how wonderful it is. And I thank you for taking the time to come today and speak to the audience.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for giving the opportunity for so many women if they are interested to go and experience this beautiful practice with me or anybody else they could find.
Thank
It will be just an honor for them to know and experience this. Honor for me if they could decide to experience this. And
Yes,
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 I will give you my contact information to put for
yes.
everybody to have it. And anyone that is interested, please don't hesitate to contact me. And thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye.